Freedom means no child slave.
Freedom is to pursue my dreams.
Freedom is being able to protest peacefully.
Freedom is being able to live without fear.
Freedom is being able to travel where you want to in the world.
Freedom is making my own choices. Freedom is to do whatever you want.
Freedom is being able to speak freely without being punished.
Freedom means being able to be happy.
All right, well, in every corner of the world, students are rising up. They're saying no to modern-day slavery. It is My Freedom Day. CNN is showcasing how kids are being made aware of the horrors of slavery. It is, after all, about awareness as well, and how they're being inspired to stop it. Take a look.
I believe freedom is having the abundance of power to fulfill or pursue one's dreams without having to care about the dangers of backlash afterwards.
Well, the numbers are staggering. Between 21 and 45 million people are trapped in slavery. Passionate students from more than 100 schools are raising their voice.
Freedom is living with no fear. The ability to think and to act whatever a person likes and how a person likes, with no fear of discrimination or to have their rights taken from them.
To me means everyone can choose what they want to do. It means there will be opportunity for everyone. Every child can do what they want and enjoy their childhood without the burden of working.
Well, here at CNN, we're using our global spotlight to tackle the problem in a powerful way. Our correspondents are live across the world today. We have with us Rafael Romo and Lynda Kinkade covering these events. First, let's go to CNN's Rafael in Toluca near Mexico City. Rafael Romo, take it away.
Hey, Hala, how are you? We are at the Autonomous University of Mexico State. These students behind me are law students, and they have dedicated this whole day to make a stand for freedom. Let me show you some of the banners that they have put together. And as a matter of fact, the reason why they're standing is because they're making a stand to remember all of the 45 million estimated victims of modern-day slavery around the world. But let's take a look at some of the signs that we have here. They're both in English and Spanish. This one in Spanish says, let's fight for a world, for a free world, a world without slavery, My Freedom Day. That's the hashtag. You see it everywhere. There's another one here that says, My Freedom Day. And these students have taken time out of their day to not only make a stand, but also do this, do the signs, talk to people, tell them that slavery is still a problem in the world and that somebody needs to do something about it. And what they're telling me is that they know for a fact that they're not going to be able to end slavery around the world, but they can make a difference here in Mexico, and that's precisely what they're doing today. Let me introduce you to Andrea Bojorquez. She belongs to an organization that fights against human trafficking and who has been very involved in this. Andrea, thank you very much for being with us. First of all, let me ask you, what does it mean for you to be standing here today against slavery?
I think we are all standing here today because we want to raise our voices for those who can't. Actually, we know that human trafficking is happening really near to us, and we really want to do something about it. So that's why it's really important for us to be here today.
Something very interesting about your organization is that you not only do this, what we're doing right now, but you go to schools, you go to police officers, you go to judges, and you train them to let them know that this is happening. Tell us exactly what you do when you go to talk to those people.
Well, actually, what we want to do is that they know what human trafficking is. We want to share with other young people, like high school and mid-school, what this is, how that they can protect themselves, to don't put themselves at risk. And actually, we really want them to know that this is real.
Andrea, thank you so very much for what you're doing and for your commitment. And Hala, let me also tell you that this is not the only campus where CNN is at. We also went to another college, UVM, and students at that college put together an art exhibit with photography, some photographs that are really very difficult to look at. But the idea is to make people think about slavery, make people think that even though we're in the 21st century, this is still happening. Also, an And to end with, let me tell you that Mexico as a country in 2012 adopted their first law against human trafficking. Now anybody who's convicted of this crime can spend up to 40 years behind bars. Hala, back to you.
Rafael Romo, thanks very much. Live in Mexico with our coverage. And CNN's Lynda Kinkade is in Atlanta in the United States. And she joins me now live as well. What's happening where you are, Lynda?
Hey, Hala. Well, I'm at the Atlanta International School, and right now a big art project is underway. Students from kindergarten to year 12 are decorating paper plates describing what freedom means to them. I have with me Grace. What does freedom mean to you?
To me, freedom is the right to love and live your life to the fullest potential that you can.
It's a very good answer. These students are really at the forefront in the fight against human trafficking. They actually have a club at the school, Students Against Human Trafficking. This is the teacher who oversees that club, Veronica McDaniel. Why is it important for students to have awareness about this problem?
Well, it affects their age group is the biggest issue. As the average age is 12 to 14, it's imperative that they know the signs of human trafficking and how to prevent it happening to them or their friends.
Sex trafficking and modern-day slavery are some pretty tough issues for teenagers to discuss. Do you have any parents that have reservations about their students joining the club?
I really haven't had any pushback, which I've been very appreciative of the last 6 years of being a part of this group as a teacher supervisor. The parents have been very progressive thinkers and very supportive of their kids being activists.
And this is one of the most popular social justice clubs in the school. What attracts students to this issue?
I think students are attracted to this issue and this group because they have so much involvement. They get involved at the local level with local nonprofits, volunteering. They go and lobby at the state capitol. They're constantly active. They meet once a week during lunch to discuss issues. There's so much to discuss, and they feel that, and they want to make a change.
And Hala, these students give up, or essentially spend their lunchtime once a week discussing this issue, finding ways to fundraise, so they give those funds back to victims, survivors of modern-day slavery.
Yes, they choose different groups each year. Last year, they chose a local group that worked with labor trafficking survivors. In years past, they've worked with kids and women specifically that were in rehabilitation programs.
Excellent. So tonight there will be a panel forum. Thank you very much, Veronica. There will be a panel discussion held here in the auditorium. These paper plates will form part of an art installation, if you like. You can see some of them up there already on the stage. And there will be a spokesperson from the FBI, a special agent. There'll also be a sex trafficking survivor and some advocacy groups. This will be a community forum. About 400 people are expected to fill this room to discuss this issue. Hala?
All right, interesting. Thanks very much. Lynda Kinkade is in the United States. Rafael Romo in Mexico. They're with students, pretty passionate about trying to raise awareness and also combating modern-day slavery. And we'll keep our eye, of course, on this important initiative on this very important day for CNN as well. There's a lot more to come.